Welcome everyone. Thank you for watching a new review made by Critical Tech Gaming. My name is Ibo. I'm here again with Joey, and today we're going to review No Man's Sky. So Joey, what can you tell us about this game?
Well, No Man's Sky is a first-person exploring game, so to speak.
Exactly.
What you're actually doing is you're exploring planets, getting resources, material, seeing all these new kinds of life forms, and it's a pretty big game. Actually, very extensive.
A lot of planets, right?
A lot of planets. They said in the trailer they said around 18 quintillion planets. In reality, it's a little bit less. It's the same size.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but it isn't like every planet is so unique from the other one. You have a lot of the same stuff on the other planets.
Like rare planets,
Yeah,
has to be
exactly.
said, or
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
It's like there are some more rare planets than others. But what this game does very well is it gives you the feeling that you really want to explore
yeah,
around, and you want to see all these different kind of life forms. You can even name all of them, which I really
exactly.
like. Which the chances are very small that you can see each other. They already said that the developers in front. They already said, yeah, it's very hard that you're gonna meet another player.
Yeah,
Um, and what's cool about it is if you really name a planet, it stays that name forever, and you can upload it. And
so that if someone
whoever
ever
finds it, they will
finds your
see that
planet,
name.
they will
So,
see. Okay.
so think well about the name that you're gonna give because it's ingrained in that universe forever.
Yeah.
Actually, the purpose of this game is to get to the center of the universe. You're an explorer, and it starts very basically. You start on the planet. It's random for everyone involved. So that means that you will always start on another planet up until now.
Yeah.
Then let's say your friend. We both started on different planets in different galaxies. We don't even know exactly where the other one is. Or the other one is. And you start with first repairing your ship. And after that you have like an option, without spoiling too much, to choose to follow the Atlas route or follow your own route. And the Atlas route is actually it gives
It's a
you
guideline, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's a guideline.
it's guiding you what you should do first, where you should go, and the other
Exactly.
option is more like it's like
Free exploring.
yeah, free exploring. You can do actually you can follow your own path.
Yeah,
in what you're doing.
you can do it on both sides, but the other one really gives you a route to the center of the galaxy, the fastest route. And then it depends on yourself and how long you're gonna stay on the planet.
Yeah.
I myself am now in the third galaxy that I'm in, and I've spent a lot of time on some different planets trying to find some life forms, but I just couldn't find
Yeah,
them.
like it's addictive. You like even though you can say that you keep doing the same thing,
Yeah.
but still like going to a new planet that's undiscovered, it
Yeah.
still gives you the urge to explore it, to find new
Exactly.
life or new materials perhaps.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
and you can craft all kinds of different things. That's very fun as well.
Yeah, definitely.
You can go around and find new weapons. You can buy new ships. You will
More
find
slots
different,
to
yeah,
put material in.
more slots to find material in, because getting resources in this game and keeping them becomes kind of a core, because you have not that many slots in the beginning.
Yeah.
And after that you run out really fast, but once you go further into the game you will have more slots than you can actually spare.
Definitely.
That's where I'm now. I have like a big exosuit, and that's the suit that you can walk around in, and that makes you live on the other
It's
planets without
actually
dying.
kind of your inventory, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of an inventory. It's actually a replacement for your bag in
Yeah.
most games. It doesn't really have an RPG feel. It's more of a really an exploring game. You just have to explore, find different kinds of planets and life,
Yeah.
and it depends on the weather, what kind of weather there is on the planet. Some planets are very cold, some are very hot,
Yeah.
some are radioactive, some are poisonous, and some nothing happens at all. You can also explore in the water, which is very cool in this game.
Yeah.
You can just walk around, go with spaceship, whatever you find the easiest. I chose to walk around a little bit more. And you also have caves that run underneath the planet. So if you really look at the size of the planets are really huge.
It's big.
It takes, if you really want to explore one planet and discover everything on it, I think you will be busy like for 5 or 6 hours straight.
Probably longer,
Yeah,
man. I
yeah,
think you can spend like a couple days on a planet.
yeah.
Like if you
If you
seriously
really
want to
want.
achieve everything there on one single planet.
Yeah, I think so as well. It's also tough to see what you already discovered or not
Exactly, and
because you always
especially if
find
you're
there.
doing a free exploring. If you chose
Yeah,
to do the free explorer.
exactly. But what I really like is, like I said, the naming. I think it's really fun. You find some really weird life
Yeah.
forms, and that's actually the gist of the game, so to speak. It is an exploring game. It's not for everyone, I think, but it's really fun. And if you like single player games and just relaxing playing a
Yeah, it's
game with
like it's not a game where you have to. It, what is actually too intensive, like
no,
which you have to focus every time, like for example the streams of Street Fighter that we're doing, like you have
yeah,
to be focused
the whole
every
time, yeah,
time and to read what the other player is going to do, but this is just relaxing,
yeah.
and you can take your time with this game.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
enjoying the view, look at
exactly.
those amazing planets. Even the combat is just, yeah,
uh,
very simple. It's actually a homing system.
yeah,
You aim at something and your crosshair gets red, and if you then shoot it, will the bullet will follow the
definitely.
target. So that's also very easy and very simple to get into. At first, it takes probably a while for some players to really get used to the system because you don't really know what you're doing.
Yeah.
At least that's what with me in the beginning. I was really looking for what do I have to do, what
Exactly, I had the
material,
same problem.
yeah, what material do I have to get, or but after you get the hang of it, it's actually pretty easy.
It's easy.
It speaks for itself. You collect resources, you get to other planets, you discover it until you get to the center, and that's where this game goes all yeah.
Yeah.
What this game is about. So now let's go to what we think are the pros of the game and are the cons of the game.
Very well.
So let's start, Ibo. What do you like? What are your pros for this game?
My pros, in fact, is well, with this game you can just take your time. It's a huge game,
Mm-hmm.
with a lot of like there's so many planets,
Mm-hmm.
which is to be still to be discovered,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's just fascinating. Like it's a huge space, and as I said, like it could be feeling like that you're doing the same thing all over again,
Mm-hmm.
but this game is making it feeling so addictive to find a new planet again, to go to the next galaxy. And I think that's just interesting. It's a whole different type of
Okay.
experience, a game experience.
Yeah.
And what I like is as well is it's based on in space, so
Yeah.
it's a space game, and the battles I think I like them, to be honest,
Yeah.
even though it seems so basic,
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, like I'm not that far in this game
Mm. Yeah.
actually, but um, I like the battles. Like even if you die,
Mm-hmm.
it's like the point where you have died in the game.
Yeah.
Like
You have to
for
get
example,
back
yeah,
again.
you
Yeah.
can go back to that place to get retrieve your items that
Yeah.
yeah, that you found.
I like that as
So
well.
that is nice, and I just the experience. It's the whole new game experience is good for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very nice here. And what do you say are cons about this game?
The cons, like sometimes I have the feeling like the graphic is not exactly like as you see in the trailer, or
Oh
how it
yeah.
is supposed to be. Like sometimes I feel like it could have been better. Also, like if you're on a planet, for example, it's like you can walk through some things, like plants. You can just walk through
Yeah,
rocks or things like that.
yeah,
So you
that's
cannot
true.
land on top of it. So that's a yeah. It's not.
Yeah,
It's
it
kind of
sometimes
come from
feel
me.
like an indie game to me.
Yeah,
That's what I get. It isn't also not made by a huge studio. It's Hello
exactly.
Games. Sony stood behind them, supported them with their marketing campaign, and that's why it came so huge. And you're really noticing the indie game stuff, or at
Yeah,
least that it is a smaller company on those things. I think error-wise, there aren't that much errors in this game,
yeah,
and in the sense of that you really notice the clipping or that you walk through stuff. There are there, but there aren't that much of those glitches or stuff in this game.
mm,
Yeah, what I personally like about this game myself is indeed that you can explore so much.
exactly.
The naming for me is a huge plus. I
Yeah,
really like that. I really like finding new species. I like the animals as much in
it's
this
like
game.
you're making it your own.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's yeah,
Exactly. That's what I really like. I also like that you can meet aliens in this game. And this plus, I'm gonna turn right away and take it into a minus as well. So the cons are that if you find aliens, you never really see them outside of their settlements or outside of
the
their
location
ships.
where you find them
Yeah,
exactly.
that's something. It would be really nice, at least for me, if you would see them exploring as well. What I dislike as well about this game is you never find a really undiscovered planet. And what I mean by that is, yeah, the planet is not discovered by another player, but there always are alien settlements on it. It's not like I find a planet that hasn't been discovered by an alien species yet. So that's a small thing that I dislike.
Okay, like you mean like that when you go to an undiscovered planet,
Yeah.
that you'll always find an alien
Yeah, I
on the
always
planet.
find an alien settlement
Yeah,
there, which to me takes a little bit off from the I discovered it first element.
exactly. Because if there's life, then it's discovered
Then it's
like
actually
by
already discovered, but I am the first to name it, so to
yeah,
speak. That is a thing. So it's really with some points it's 50-50, but overall I really like this game.
yeah, definitely.
So we can continue on to grading the game, I guess.
Yeah. My grade for this game, like in overall,
Yeah.
um, it's a difficult. I'm stuck between a 7.5 and an 8, to be
Okay.
honest.
Okay.
And the main factor for that is, um, I thought at the end, like I'm not sure because I haven't seen that yet. I haven't been that far yet in this game,
Hmm.
but uh, they said that it would have been a multiplayer game
Yeah,
in somewhat
they
like you can find other players.
yeah, but now it seems that that isn't true.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
And also what you've explained me is that even though that people bought it digital, they could retrieve their money.
Yeah, they could refund the
Yeah,
game
to refund them because
because
of
of
this
that
issue.
glitching. Yeah.
So that is a like if yeah, if you promise something, then I think it should be in the game as well.
Yeah, the thing is though they kind of promised it, but on the other side they were really fake about it. So that
Yeah,
if they just had answered front up from yeah, this isn't a multiplayer game, get over it. It's just a single player game
yeah,
with some elements like that you can name stuff that other people can see, but that's it. Then it would have been fine.
yeah. I think
But
it's the way they have
yeah,
informed
handle
us.
that. I don't like that as well. But if
Yeah.
you could grade it, what would you do?
Overall, even with this issue, I think I will give it an 8
Okay.
because I just enjoy the experience that much,
Yeah.
even though that you don't have what they've kind of
Promise.
promised. But still, also the price is between 50 to 60 euros.
Hmm.
So what was it? I got it for 50,
Yeah,
if I'm
50.
right.
Hmm.
So for yeah, for the experience and the gameplay that I have, I think 50 is a great price for this game.
Okay.
And yeah, I stick with an 8.
Okay, you stick with an 8. I'm gonna go to a 7.
7.
For me, it's a good game, not a bad game.
Yeah,
There are a lot of points that I like, more positive ones. That's why I gave it a 7. But there are a lot of points that I dislike as well, as I just explained.
yeah,
So for me, that just comes down to a 7. It's a good game. I think the price for me is a little bit steep because it sometimes still feels like an indie game.
yeah,
For me, 40 euros would have been a more decent price. Just like I Am Setsuna was, only I Am Setsuna is worth even less in my
yeah,
opinion.
exactly.
But you can see that in our other review. But overall, I will give it a 7. I like the game a lot. I like the exploration. I hope that the way this generator works, the algorithm that they created to generate all these planets, is going to be used in the future, but then in a more better way. If
That
that
would be awesome.
if that's possible, it could be even more awesome because this is a beginning of a new system that hasn't really been done before on
Yeah.
this scale.
Yeah.
It has maybe been done in the past on older games with a generating system with an algorithm, but not like this. So I'm really hoping that this is going to be building a stepping stone for other games.
Yeah.
But for now, what this game is, I'm going to give it a 7. That's my grade. I think the price is a little bit too steep.
Yeah.
Ebo thinks the price is right. That's both our opinions.
Exactly.
Then we actually come to the end of our review.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an informating review. It was good.
Yeah.
And
I hope the people at least learned something more about the game that they didn't know, or maybe that they were on the fence and things that we said would make them buy them, or maybe the things that we said were like
yeah,
for
these
them.
are all opinions.
Yeah.
So I mean, these are the opinions of our experience.
Of
So,
course, and that is the most important thing to remember.
Yeah.
It's our opinion. We like the game. It depends on you if you want to buy it, but we just wanted to share our opinion of it.
Yeah, I think this should be very useful, especially for people who didn't have bought it yet.
Yeah,
We're thinking about to, but
Are on the fence.
maybe they're stuck with the price as well. Like
Yeah, and they just want to see a realistic approach on how this
Exactly.
game, and not something that is paid for by reviewers or something like that, or by a game
Yeah, like in my opinion, if you like games like this, like not too intensive, just to discover things, farming, a lot of farming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recommend this game definitely.
Yeah, and I recommend this game if you just want to relax in time and you like exploring really much. Then this game is for you.
Definitely.
So now we're on the end of our review. I want to thank everyone for watching. Where can they find us, Ibo?
Well, you can definitely find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also on Twitch, because we were doing, of course, reviews for our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Also, in the future, we'll be showing gameplays, and we will be streaming on Twitch every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays together.
Yeah.
So follow us, Critical Tech Gaming, and thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and blue thumbs.
Yeah, blue thumbs, man. Game on.